Hello. Today I'd like to talk about your credit score, what makes up your credit score, and some common misconceptions that we've heard from some clients. My name is Pete Belcastro. I'm with Lender Advisory Group, and your credit score is anywhere between 300 and 850. And this is a score that is provided to lenders that shows your credit worthiness. That's strange to hear, but pretty much says that you're going to pay back what you borrowed and you're going to do it on time. And that is generated from five factors. So these factors are payment history, your credit usage, your length of credit history, the amount of credit checks, and the type of credit you have. So we're going to go through these from the one that affects our credit the most to the least. So the one that affects our credit the most is our payment history. So those on-time payments. Don't miss a payment. So as soon as you miss a payment, that's a big ding on our credit. It actually affects that 35% of our credit score. Does that mean that you're a day late, or a week late, or 2 weeks late? It's going to really, bring down your credit score? It does not. Companies will not report that your payment is late until usually 30, 60, or 90 days. So as soon as you realize that you've missed a payment, you make that payment again, you're not going to see it reflected on your credit report at all. So go ahead and make those payments as soon as you know that they're missed. And then the next factor is the credit usage. This makes up 30% of our credit scores. So what that means is you need to use less than 10% of your available credit. So you add up all of your credit cards, if you have lines of credit, home equity lines of credit, that value is your total. So let's just say, to keep numbers round, that's $100,000. You need to keep that amount that you have borrowed, or the balance that you owe, less than $10,000. So anything above $10,000 puts you down out of the excellent category. You're still in the very good category, but that is how that is calculated. So you need to keep your credit usage under 10% to get the excellent credit score. The next factor is the length of credit history. So this makes up 15% of our credit scores, and this is the time that you've been in the credit system. So, you have to have it 25 years of credit experience to get the very best score here. So unless you've started your credit journey in high school, early college, early after high school, probably going to be close to 50 before you get into the excellent category here. So not too much control other than starting early. But it only makes up about 15% of our credit. So the earlier you start, the better here. The next factor is those credit checks. So we have a couple different ways that we can check our credit. We have these soft hits and we have hard hits. So soft credit checks are those checks that you complete whenever you log online to your credit card. You see, check your FICO credit score. That is considered a soft credit check. So it's you're not trying to get additional credit. You're just trying to see what else is out there. And the hard credit check is whenever you've actually tried to get additional credit. So you've applied for credit cards, you've applied for a mortgage or a home equity loan. And those, to get the excellent score there, you need to have zero credit checks on your credit report. So as soon as you have one, it's going to put you down into the very good category. So you can have up to two and still be in the very good category there. Those credit checks fall off our credit report after 2 years. So you want to keep the times that you apply for credit to a minimum, or when you really absolutely need it. And the last factor, which makes up the last 10% of our credit score, is the type of credit accounts that you have. So we have revolving type of loans, and then we have installment loans. So those revolving loans are like your credit cards. You have a certain amount available. You pay for what you use. Once that's paid off, you have the entire amount available again. And then we have installment loans, which are like your mortgage, which you have a certain amount that you borrowed. You pay that down, you pay that off, and it goes away. So those are the five factors that affect our credit score. A misconception is that you need to have a balance on your credit cards for that to count for your credit history. That was not one of those categories we talked about. So you can pay your credit cards off every month and you'll be just fine. You'll still continue to earn your credit. Your credit journey will continue. Another misconception is having a whole bunch of credit cards is a bad thing. So it's only a bad thing whenever you are actually applying for those cards. Like we talked about, if you apply for more than two, it starts decreasing your credit. Uh, but you can have a lot of different credit cards. In fact, we know a factor that affects our credit report. One of the larger factors is that credit usage. So if you have more credit cards, it might help out your credit score. This is how our credit scores are generated, and it, sometimes it's not in our control to get the excellent credit score, but usually we can qualify for the best rates even with a very good credit. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at the Leonard Advisory Group, and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.